It's the Legend of Zelda, and it's...
I don't know how to feel about this one. I haven't played it. You know, I've heard mixed things. Twilight Princess and Majora's Mask were really good, so...
Go nuts for some butts.
Yeah.
Go butt nuts.
What is snuff, snuff, baby, don't choke me.
Go get some truck nuts.
Don't choke me.
You guys want to hear something highly inappropriate?
Oni-chan! Oh.
I'm closing the door.
Oni-chan!
Your dad is just gonna sit there, Silas!
Ah, I'm tired.
Silas, you're committing the threesomes.
Silas, I can hear your hentai from here.
Not again. What'd I tell you?
How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old
Man, old son,
Old son.
old boy.
Oh.
You're making it sound like that there's a young version.
I mean, technically, I was born between miscarriages, so
Whoa.
I am the middle child.
Did not need to know that.
Oh, you know, I'm an open person. You know, it's not like I fucking knew him.
Holy shit. So, oh my god, I have to tell you guys this. So Ben, earlier today, he's sitting there and he starts freaking out. He's like, yeah, if you see a guy come in a Wrangler, you gotta tell me, because that's my guy. And I'm like, why are you telling me this? He's like, cause that's this one really famous YouTuber. And like, I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, do you want to know who it is? I was like, I don't care, man. And he's just like, he like pulls up the guy's profile and starts gushing about him, and like I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, you know.
Like I'm like, who gives a shit? Like, okay, so the guy makes a bunch of content on YouTube, and you're sitting there and you're one of his fanboys, and you're like so excited because he's gonna come over and you're gonna talk about Jeeps together, and then he's gonna go drive a Jeep, and probably not gonna buy from you. Whoop-de-doo. And he's like, yeah, he's gonna do some advertising for us, and he's gonna do it for free. And I'm like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh.
I like how Ben is just one of the rednecks from Deliverance.
No, we all make the joke. Like, that's the joke voice. God, we all make it.
Damn it.
Like, we all make the joke
voice.
He
talks like this.
No, we go like this. No, for real, we do that. And so Ben is sitting there, and the guy leaves, right, like, after Ben and him talked for like 20 minutes about trucks and the idea that this guy has for his video and what he wants to do to this Wrangler JL.
This must be the guy that my dad talks about.
Ben?
No, the YouTuber. He always goes on about this YouTuber who is like does like motor vehicles and stuff that's in Utah.
Well, Ben does that too, but so does this guy. And he's like a more successful version of Ben, so Ben's like, I met my idol today. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, who cares? And so Ben's sitting there and we start making fun of him. We're like, dude, we could all see your hard on, and I'm pretty sure that's why he left, just because he saw your hard on. And I was sitting there and I finally was just like, hey Ben, does your butt hurt? Did you at least let him, finish in your mouth? Did you at least swallow?
Gee.
Oh, he's sitting there and he starts going along with it too. He's a good sport. He really is. He's a psychopath, but he's a good sport. He's Dennis. Dude,
I don't know. Dennis isn't a good sport.
I've told you about that, right?
Yeah, no.
He's straight up. I showed him the Dennis system, and he's like, I do that.
He's like, yeah, I'll make my own.
No, here's the thing. One of our salesmen recently was like, hey Ben, you gotta give me the numbers of all the girls that you're done with when you're done with them, so I can swim in your wake. He literally said, so I can swim in your wake.
What's taking you so long? I got my 100s, I got my Magnum condoms.
I literally busted that clip out after he was done saying that, and I was just like, so which one are you? And he's like, definitely the guy with the 100s. Oh my god, that was fucking stupid.
No more thirst for Frankie seconds from now on.
No more thirst for Frankie's second from now on. I'm cutting back out.
Oh, what's this? I dropped my quotations of Chairman Mao to show that I am a ultra-Marxist. Oh man!
Oh, I love when somebody's sitting there and they're like socialism doesn't work, and then you're like, oh well, what about Norway and all those countries?
No,
no, they're not socialist.
Well, they aren't.
They just do socialist policies, and then
no, they don't.
And then you're just like, okay, so why don't we use those policies here? Because that would be socialism.
But
no, like that's literally their argument.
Yeah, but you know, it's not really a socialist state either. It's capitalist welfare system. They still have to go through.
I'm not saying necessarily in those countries. In that country, I know that there's a country over in Europe that is socialist. That they talk about that. It's like no way. It's fuck. I can't think of the name of it. Denmark?
Not to my knowledge, dude.
There's one over
there. I don't think so. Not since the Soviet Union, dude. Like the only
and
ones.
Even then, that's not really so.
The only ones that that actually exist now are like, I mean, China's big iffy, because it's like, hey, we support communism in our dialectics. Policy leaves something to be desired because they have a competitive marketplace for some reason. Yay! Something happened.
We're done talking about socialism and shit. No more politics.
Oh man.
No more politics.
Why? I like talking about it.
For the same reason I don't want politics in your game.
Those motherfuckers.
What? Me?
No, I thought you were doing the stereotype of get your SJW politics out of my video games.
No.
I want my main character to be a white man.
Ah!
Why does it matter what race you're?
Because I can't relate to anything but a white man.
Okay, Frank. I can see Frank saying that. I can see a lot of my customers saying that. It's the worst part.
Well, we do live in buttfuck Utah.
I know.
Oh, by the way, I was about to tell you guys, like, earlier before we started recording. Guess what?
What?
The the Utah Congress had another special session.
Oh, what's fucked now?
The Prop 3.
The weed one?
No, the Medicare one.
Oh, what's fucked?
Yep.
The one where we said where
it was an expansion.
It was an expansion on Medicaid,
and they more or less redacted it.
So you know how everything that we voted for?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, fuck your vote.
Yep. It's funny, because it's fuck your vote by fucking your vote. Because the reason why they're allowed to have these special sessions is because of another proposition that passed. That very same fucking poll or whatever. That same ballot.
Yeah.
It's... Man, fuck it. Is this really a democracy? I'll give you your free answer. No.
I did it.
You know what? A real democracy would be if they were like, okay, let's put it to a vote. And then they went, oh, look, the popular vote was this. Okay, it's a law now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you want to know how easy that is? And how little that would piss off everybody? Anybody who would vote for those people that pretty much said fuck you for your vote, they should not be in power.
Well,
they're done. Their career should be fucking kaput.
They should be.
Because that's like you pretty much said, oh, never mind. I know that you said that we all agreed that that's what would happen, but we decided not.
Well, the people of Utah will continue to be dogmatic in their principles. And
Well, that's because of the church, and the church is a piece of shit.
I'd say that it's the church's influence.
The church's influence, yeah. I don't...
Where they will supersede what is democratic in exchange for some righteous virtue.
Because we're an oligarchy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to see America like in action, if you want to see proof that America doesn't give a shit, like America's fucking bullshit, and it doesn't actually hold true to its values, just look at Utah. We're straight up an oligarchy. Separation of church and state is just fucking bullshit.
It's all just. It's the unwritten rule that the church.
The unwritten rule is literally, unless if you're Mormon, if you're not Mormon, you're not going to get elected.
Well, there's that, and it's like in everything but legal writing, the church does effectively own the state.
Yeah,
because
we
I
might
don't
as
think
well
we've
just be
ever.
called Deseret at this point.
I don't think we've ever had a non-Mormon U.S. governor, a Utah governor.
I don't think so.
Double check. I think we may have had one in the 40s. I could be mistaken, though.
But hey, we're on the next temple.
Yeah, this one's gonna make me angry for a minute.
Uh-oh.
They've got, you remember those hydras with the 3 heads?
Oh god.
There's like 3 or 4 of them.
Well, how many hydras can you find? 3 or 4. That's the answer.
Hurry and save. Hurry and save.
Yeah, no non-Mormon governors.
You want to know what I think the most? I think the best insult that I threw at Ben earlier when he was like sitting there and he was drooling over his idol. I said, yeah, Ben. The only difference between you and him is he's got a personality.
Oh my god, I met him. I saw him. Oh my god, he's Dennis. He's fucking Dennis. He looks like Dennis. He acts like Dennis. I walked in and he's like slouches forward, showing off his crotch. How can I help you?
I'm just imagining like a Terry Crews style. How can I help you?
No. He's like, he sits there, and I'm at the other end of the dealership, and I see Dominique walk in. And he spins in his chair and has his legs like this, and he's leaned back in his chair a little bit. He's like, "How can I help you?"
And I'm like, "No, I'm here for my husband. Bye." And I just like denied him.
Well, I mean, I was going to say like he didn't take one look at your ring finger, not one.
No.
No, good.
Do you want to know what that means to Ben and some of the guys at my work?
Engaged is just a word. It's just a word. It doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything. Yeah, exactly. That's what they see. They don't give a shit.
Mm.
They're kind of scumbags. I love them. Like I love them because it's like, God, you guys are fucking hilarious, and it's funny watching you guys be assholes.
I love you because you're so cringe.
Yeah, exactly. A couple of times, like I like them. Sometimes I'm like, God, you're an okay guy, and then they do that shit. And it's like, God, this is why I can't stand you and why I don't hang out with you outside of work.
You guys really do have an Always Sunny relationship.
Yeah, it's true. My work is like an Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode every day.
Does that make my father Frank?
No, your dad's more like oh fuck. I can't think of who your dad is like. It's
that gay businessman.
No, your dad is
a lawyer.
He's unlike any of them, really.
That Israeli guy that bought up half of Patty's Pub in that one episode.
No, I don't even know there is no Always Sunny in Philadelphia character for your dad.
Yeah,
your dad is like
he's his own
Cricket.
beast.
He's Cricket.
No, no, that's Cricket.
No.
Cricket is a person who changes every time we get a new batch of guys. Cricket, currently, we don't have a Cricket.
No.
The previous Cricket was a guy named Nick.
Okay.
And that dude was... Holy crap. So Nick...
Asking to do PCP in your bathrooms?
No! walks up to Jim, who's one of he's in the same position as your dad.
Okay.
And he's on the same pay plan and everything. Like, he sits right next to your dad. And he's like, Jim hired Nick, and because they used to work at a dealership together. So Nick Nick is sitting there. He's the worst person I've ever met.
Wow.
So he walks in, and he starts sitting there, and he starts bragging to Jim in front of, like, everybody at the sales tower, like, how he used to smoke, he used to snort cocaine before he had sex with one of the receptionists at their old dealership. And Jim was, like, sitting there, like, trying to, like, tell him, like, this isn't the time or place.
Stop!
Like, stop! Like, that's not something to brag about, especially not in front of, like, every manager.
Hold up.
Especially because, like, the last dealership you worked at, the one you're talking about, was where you worked 3 months ago. So it's like, you're clearly not clean. And so... He's always late. He's always late. Like, there wasn't a day that went by that he was on time. Like, they finally fired him last week. But, like...
Just last week?
Just last week.
Oh,
he was here for, like, a month. And he literally pissed off his customer. Like,
and that's how
like,
he got
all
fired?
of his... No, he got fired for being late and not showing up for an entire week. Not an entire week. It was a weekend. It was a Friday and a Saturday. When he'd already been warned, like, multiple times not, you know, like, never, don't stop being late, you know? Like, just stop.
Come on.
Like, and he just didn't show up, didn't call in, nothing for those 2 days. And so he's sitting there and he starts...
I hate these things.
Yep. Motion.
The reason he pissed off his customers is he would straight up lie to them. Like, I know that everybody...
Oh, he's the scummy one.
Oh, yeah. He pissed off one of his customers to the point where he literally told his customer, oh yeah, it's got heated seats. And he sold him the car, and then the customer came back and was like, it doesn't have fucking heated seats. And so they're like, we're sorry about that. Here's one with heated seats. And they gave him to a different salesperson, and Nick was like, well, do I get half the deal for that? And they're like, no, you're lucky we don't fire you. You idiot. And they're like, not only that, we're taking it out of your pay.
Yeah.
And he's luckily his customer was, like, rich enough and had good enough credit that he was just like, whatever. And he paid like we still have the truck on our lot. It only has 50 miles on it.
Wow. And, like,
it's basically brand new. It's just it doesn't have heated seats. The one he got into and paid an extra $5,000, like, no, $10,000, $12,000 for, had heated seats. That was the only difference. But he had to pay for the depreciation of the trade, which was like, holy shit, like, you know, like, that's so fucked up.
Yep.
Like, and the thing is, like, he would tell, like, other salespeople, like, oh yeah, no, like, I'll put you on half the deal for this. I'm not shitting you. This is actually how he talks, by the way. Like, this is how he talks, like, gruff voice and all. Oh yeah, I'll put you on half the deal for this. And then he'd go over and talk to Jim and be like, hey Jim, it's 72 hours of no contact before you're off the deal, right?
It's like a
and then
fucking...
he's like, and then he'd go back out and say, oh yeah, Jim said that you can't be on the deal. I tried for you though.
This is a fucking drunk ass Jimmy Stewart.
He was a fucking piece of shit, dude. And like,
I don't have your money here.
No, like,
it's at Bob's house,
dude. He fucking pissed off. He pissed off John. John he's a really good guy. He's a really good salesman, and he's really nice. He kind of reminds me of my dad a little bit. John is like a really straightforward guy. If you don't fuck with him, he likes you. Okay. You know, like, you guys are friends. And he's really easy to get along with, and he knows a shit ton about trucks. He's a good guy to be friends with.
He's the Scarface of trucks.
No. But, like, so Nick, he sits next to John, and he asks John stupid questions over and over and over again. And
Like deliberately stupid?
No,
or?
like he's just that dumb, kind of stupid. And John's just like, he's like, whatever. Like, he's being nice to the kid, but he's like, God, you're so annoying. And so one day, the person he told John, like, oh yeah, I'll see if I can ask Jim to get you on that deal. And then he goes over and asks Jim, oh yeah, 72 hours? And Jim's like, yeah, 72 hours normally. And he's just like, oh yeah, then you're not on the deal, John. So John's just like, fucking asshole. And then 20 minutes later, Nick asks him, hey John, and like 4 or 5 times, and John's like, I fucking ignored him. He's like, he asked me like 10 times. He kept trying to get my attention. He's like, I knew he was gonna ask me something stupid. And then he turns over to Clint and he goes, Clint, and Clint fucking hates this kid too. And finally Clint's like, what? And he's like, it's my employee. I clock out, right? It's like, God damn it! You've been here for like a month. How do you not know this?
Nick, you got given the lazy eye.
Like, I just don't understand how you do this.
The lazy eye.
Like, the kid is just that dumb. Oh my God! The one we had before him, before that guy, was named James, and oh my God. We all thought that this kid was gonna fucking bring an assault rifle to work and shoot up the place.
Yeah, you told us about that.
He was fucked up. Like he did I tell you what the first thing that he said to one of our salesmen on his first day was? He comes in and he's in the back office.
You've heard the story?
He said, yeah, I had to register my hands as lethal weapons.
Okay, so no, he's Mac.
Yeah, he was Mac. Oh my God.
Got hands like a cat.
The best part is, he fucking, the reason he got fired was, one, he was late, like an hour late every day. The second reason, he put fucking diesel in a gas engine.
Oh, dear God. How do you screw that up?
They're not even the right size. The gas isn't even the right size of the diesel nozzle. They're different sizes.
It's like $1 more. Like, how do you not
They're
notice?
different pumps.
Wow.
It's fucking hilarious.
Wow. You know, I could do that fucking cross-faded. Like, how the fuck does this guy fucking...
Dude, you want to know what's really fucked up? He got discharged from the military.
That's not hard to do.
No, it isn't. But, like, it just, like, you're sitting there and you're just like...
I mean, it's fucked up if he was discharged and then he calls himself a vet.
So...
Yeah, that's exactly what he did.
Oh!
Oh
my God.
That's the whole reason he got in, why he joined the military, I bet, is just so he could be like, yeah, I'm in the military. And I'm like, dude, I bet he was just in the reserves. Like, there's no way that any fucking active duty branch would take your chubby ass. Like, you are...
I don't know.
He was like 300, 400 pounds.
Dude, fucking standards for the Army are low.
Not for active duty, dude. For reserves and maybe for, like, engineer positions, sure.
I mean, come on, like, dude. Like, fucking nobody does frontline infantry anymore. Nobody.
Marines. But I can see what you're talking about. But, I mean, like, this guy was just terrible, dude. Like, oh, there are so many different things, but those are the two, like, terrible. Those are the two crickets that we've had. And I say crickets because they're like fucked up, and you're just like,
how do you exist?
How the fuck do you exist? Like, there's one guy that we have that, like, you can ask your dad. Like, he's sitting there and he's like starts talking to me and your dad, and he's like, oh yeah, no, like, he's still here, by the way. He's still, like...
And that's why you weren't saying his name.
Yeah, that's why I'm not saying his name. But, he won't ever see this. Like,
let's call him Sam.
Yeah. So Sam, he. So one day Sam comes up to me and your dad, and he's like, yeah. So I've got this. He starts talking about how his side business, because he keeps calling himself an entrepreneur. And me and your dad are like, comes, walks up to him and starts talking to him. He's like, so what are you kind of inventing? What's your business that you're an entrepreneur in? And he's like, yeah. He starts describing it, and you're.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Your dad and I are like sitting there, and he's like, yeah. So a buddy of mine is like kind of like my supervisor, and I get 2 or 3 guys that I supervise, and then we all are in on this thing, and we sell the product, and they get 3 guys, and like we're just like me and your dad look at each other, and we're just like, that's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what? No, it's not. And we literally, your dad on a piece of paper goes, so there's one guy at the top, right? Like, the one guy is like the CEO, and he's like, yeah. And he's like, and then that guy has like 2 guys under him, right? It's like, yeah. And then that guy has to have 3 guys under him, and then those 3 guys each have to, and then we're like, see, it's oddly triangle shaped. And
it's a funnel system.
He just gets really, really angry, and your dad is just like, whatever. And I like the guy keeps like, every time we get new guys, he keeps taking them on like extended, like, he's like, yeah, let's go to lunch.
Oh, he's trying to pitch the pyramid scheme?
Yeah, for like 3 hours he takes these new guys out on lunch, and it's just like,
oh, this fucking guy.
Yeah, and like, your dad is so fucking sick of this kid, and I am too, because it's just like, dude, like, come on, you have to know, like, you can't do that. Like, you can't take company time to pitch your pyramid scheme to a bunch of other salesmen. Like, come on, dude. And it's like, God, I just feel bad for you, because he just had a kid too. Like, I kind of feel bad for the dude. I'm just like,
I feel bad for the kid.
I do too.
He's going to propose
the worst part is
the pyramid scheme.
The worst part is
diapers.
The worst part is his wife is in on it too. I'm just like, oh god.
The family is suckers.
Yeah, I'm just like, Jesus, I feel so bad for you. It's like not even a good pyramid scheme either. The whole pyramid scheme is like this.
There's a good one?
No, like,
oh, the crafty.
Yeah.
Good as in crafty.
This is what the whole pyramid scheme is. You pay $100 to go on to get exclusive access to this website where you can get discounts on. It's like an Amazon, but you get higher discounts.
Huh.
But you have to pay $100 a month, right? And you just get discounts on it. Nothing's for free. You still have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So it's like.
So it's like insurance companies.
Yeah, but you don't really get paid for it. You have to keep recruiting new people, and you have to pay a monthly fee. So it's like, you're not really, like, making money. Like, how are you making money? And then it's like, well, you get further discounts. The more people are under you, you get further discounts. And I'm like, you're not making any money, though.
Gas blower.
Like, how are you not...
Hey, it's everybody's favorite smash item.
The way he like, even the way he described it, it's like, you're not making any money, though. Like...
He's like, yeah, shut up, though. It'll work.
Yeah, like, that's his whole thing. He's just like, don't worry, it'll work. That's how I'm gonna afford my Tesla.
Dirtbag after a Tesla.
I was like, oh, God. Anyway, that's that story. So,
I feel like
you can kind of see, like, working at a dealership, you meet all kinds of fucking weirdos.
I feel like BoJack already answered, like just managed to just counter fucking anybody who buys a Tesla. Just, hey, can the person with the Tesla please move? Oh, like, I appreciate the fact that you're considering Mother Earth, but, it'd be more environmentally friendly to just buy used, but hey, you're trying.
To just buy used.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because the the production of Tesla. Tesla cars are pretty damaging to the environment to produce.
Yeah.
Comparatively to general gas cars. That's sort of the trade-off there.
Well, you can also just buy a slightly less good electric vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Like what
Well, that's the best praxis, but...
is to buy a used 500E, right? Like I did.
But, like...
Buy your little Fiat 500E!
But I sacrificed my freedom to get the one that I have. That can only go 45 miles.
Hey, mine can go 80.
I know!
Aren't you jealous?
My dad's can go 120.
Wait, which one? The Leaf? The Leaf? Yeah. The Leaf is pretty good.
Mine has a nice back seat.
Yeah, I can admit that. Yours does have a pretty nice back seat. Mr. Ford Focus.
You know, if only I had a use for that back seat.
Yeah, it's not like you got any girls get one of yours.
Yeah, no,
I'm sorry.
True. It's true!
It hurts, I know.
It's fine! I'm okay with it.
I'll live.
Now you've got the voices in my head, and I've got to detract from the situation. Doesn't that pattern look like a D-pad to you guys?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I can't unsee it. Fucking Nintendo, class act. Copyrighting the cross D-pad, and then going to the Switch.
Fucking Nintendo. Haha. You know, I mean, I'm clearly just talking about Nintendo, not distracting myself from my crippling loneliness.
Oh God, I'm so desperately lonely.
Oh God, I'm so desperately lonely. Okay.
I was going for Simpsons, but you hopped into Deliverance once again.